Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we're in Joshua chapters 5 through 8. And a lot of really cool things going on. First off, in chapter 5, we see this angel of the Lord who appears before Joshua. And Joshua is confused about who he is at first. And he says, "Who are you here for? Whose side are you going to fight for?" And the angel he makes this statement that I think is really relevant for all of us in law enforcement. Here we've got this captain of the Lord's host. He's this gigantic warrior, sword in hand, and he's ready to fight. So Joshua naturally assumes, well, you're either going to be for that side or you're going to be for this side. And his response is, I am only for God. Period. That's his loyalty. He belongs to God. He worships God. He is there for God. And if God says, hey, go fight for the Israelites, then he'll fight for the Israelites. If later on God says, go fight for the Assyrians, he'll fight for the Assyrians. He is devoted to God. I immediately got to thinking, if someone had asked me that question, I might say, well, I'm here for my department, or I'm here for my family, or I'm here for my church, or whoever I kind of line up with, I might say that's who I'm fighting for. But we all need to be like this angel whose only desire is to stand up for what God calls us to. Only stand up for what God's desires are. This angel is so devoted to God that we don't ever even learn his name. And to the angel, he probably thought, who I am is not important. I am a reflection of God. And that's just what a great lesson, what a great takeaway for us. We should follow God absolutely, as this angel did. His entire identity was wrapped up in God. And that could be the sole takeaway for the day. We could end it right there. But we're going into chapter 6, and it is God's introduction into Canaan for his people. All the kingdoms of this country that they've been following Israel. Okay, I know they don't have the news, but they all know that this Israelite army has been wandering outside their borders for 40 years, and it's huge. They've been watching and keeping up with them. We've seen that from Balak, the king Balak, and Balaam, who he called to curse Israel. All the kings are watching. So as Israel starts to move in, the first place they hit's Jericho, and all eyes are on Jericho. They all want to hear the news of what happens, So the Israelites go in. God wants this first introduction to the land of Canaan to be impactful, not just on the Canaanites. He wants it to be impactful on the Israelites, his people. And he wants everybody to know that he is in charge. Not Joshua, not the king of Jericho. Nobody else is in charge but God. Now, when you would expect a big military to move in and have this big battle, there's certain things that would go along with this. But here we've got an Israelite army that doesn't have any siege weapons. We don't even know if they had a lot of like swords, armor, regular battlement type of weapons. So what God does is he said, I'm going to win this battle with your voices. And everyone that hears of this battle will know that it wasn't an army who defeated Jericho and its big, tall, high walls and its defenses. It was me. So he tells them to march around the city, don't say a word. And then on the seventh day, they blow the trumpets. The walls come crashing down, and Israel takes Jericho. God takes Jericho. And the rest of the country knows that it is God who is in charge and God who's leading this battle. And he gets all the praise and the glory from it. And that's the way it should be. Tomorrow we're in Joshua chapter 9, chapters 9 through 11. 9-11, easy to remember. So read ahead and come back here. Let's see what kind of law enforcement takeaways we can get. And in the meantime, you guys be safe.